So TNT, Turner Sports, as well as their media partner, Discovery, Warner Brothers Discovery, may lose a significant portion or all of its portion as far as broadcasting live NBA games. Now, a couple of years ago, the NBA said that it was going to get very expensive for a lot of media groups to continue to have NBA games on their network. Now, ESPN has already brokered a deal with the NBA, Amazon, and as well as NBC. NBC came from total left field, and NBC is going to be, getting a large portion of NBA games. And this is not very good news for Turner Sports, particularly when Turner Sports released a statement last year talking about they'll be all good in the hood if they don't have any live NBA games because they got the hottest show on the planet inside the NBA. Now, inside the NBA, when you look at its ratings, it competes with a lot of NBA games, and it overshadows a lot of NBA games. A lot of people just go to TNT just to watch inside the NBA. NBA is that popular. It's more popular than First Take. Definitely more. It's more popular than First Take. It's more popular than Sports Center. Anything's more popular than Undisputed. Hell, a dead raccoon in the middle of the road is more popular than Undisputed, but I digress. So, you got Turner Sports saying, well, it's all good in the hood if we don't continue to get a package to have live NBA games. We still got inside the NBA, which is causing a lot of friction with a lot of the, media personalities on inside the NBA. Now, as far as Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith, they have not said anything different. They have said that they will continue to do inside the NBA. Ernie Johnson is a fixture of inside the NBA. I don't think Turner Sports is going to relinquish him of his duties. But Charles Barkley has an out in his contract that stipulates if Turner Sports loses broadcasting NBA games, he could become a free agent. Now, Charles Barkley has been, pretty much balancing on the fence. Well, one moment he's talking about he's not going nowhere. He wants to continue to do inside the NBA, particularly with Ernie Johnson, Kenny, and Shaquille O'Neal. But there's reports out there that says that he's going to test the free agent waters. And could you imagine the boatload of money Charles Barkley could get from another media group or another network? ESPN would love to have Charles Barkley with the worldwide leader of sports, and they're willing to pay whatever. It'll be hard for Charles to turn that type of money away from ESPN. NBC, who needs a group to, package with their NBA, there have been reports out there that suggest that inside the NBA group is going to just, move over to NBC. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know how long their contracts are with Turner Sports. I don't know if Kenny, Ernie, and Shaquille O'Neal have language in their contract that says that they're allowed to do this. Now, Charles Barkley is a free agent, and NBC could really give Charles Barkley the type of money where he can just go with the NBA. Now, this comes on the heels of a couple of years ago, Charles Barkley was making the decision whether or not to join Live Golf as an announcer. Okay? And they were willing to pay Charles Barkley a lot of money. How much money? Charles Barkley hasn't indicated. Live Golf hasn't indicated, but it was going to be a lot of money. But no one really knows how much money. It obviously is not enough money for Charles Barkley to leave inside the NBA. So another network that would benefit the most from Charles Barkley being a free agent and testing the free agent water is Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1, if Charles Barkley becomes a free agent, Fox Sports 1, they have no choice but to just give him whatever he wants. They will probably have to double what ESPN would be giving Charles Barkley. This would be big. This is big time money. Bigger than Pat McAfee. I think it's going to even be bigger than Shannon Sharpe because Shannon Sharpe is renegotiating for a multi-year contract with ESPN, and a lot of people are speculating it's similar or a little bit better, a pinch better than Pat McAfee. What type of money Pat McAfee is getting with ESPN? Fox Sports 1 has to strike it out the park, and they can't leave no room as far as Charles Barkley negotiating with anyone else. Now, Fox Sports 1 is on the outside looking in, but let's just we're just speculating here. If Fox Sports 1 give him the freedom and the flexibility plus the money and the influence to work for them, they will have to get them two in a room. And this is what I wanted to talk about last week. Unfortunately, there was a lot of news last week. I was unable to talk about this. But if Fox Sports 1 can land an icon such as Charles Barkley, and there's one show on Fox Sports 1 that needs a shot in the arm because they're struggling in ratings, they're struggling in an identity, and they are getting crushed by First Take. They was already getting crushed by First Take even when they had Shannon Sharpe, and I'm talking about Undisputed. But it was still okay. But they're really getting crushed 10-1. All right. Skip Bayless and the show Undisputed is on life support. And what would give it a shot in the arm is having Charles Barkley. Not on every show, but similar to what they did with Shannon Sharpe over there at ESPN, where Shannon Sharpe was on the Monday show, the Tuesday show, and when they have like college football or some special event, they'll have Shannon Sharpe on their Friday show. I think they need to do something similar to that effect with Charles Barkley. If they're able to land Charles Barkley, obviously you're going to give him his own show. It's definitely going to be a primetime show. Now, I don't know about Fox Sports 1. Are they going to continue to have NBA games? Now, they normally get NBA games, but from their local market. But I don't understand. They may have a small package with the NBA. I'm not 100% sure with that. But having Charles Barkley at Fox Sports 1 would help with Undisputed in their woes. It will help with Fox Sports 1. Now Fox Sports 1 can sit up there and say, okay, we're in the big house now. Okay, first it was around the house. Now we're in the house. And the big house, meaning they're sharing a house with ESPN if they can land Charles Barkley. Now, all of this is just speculation. All of this is just, a what-if type scenario. I think ultimately Charles Barkley and Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie, they're not going to disrupt that apple cart. And TNT is just going to continue to have them without NBA games. Inside the NBA is a lot of nights better than actually watching NBA games. Or they can do something similar to where they'll still have Inside the NBA on TNT, but occasionally they'll broker it over to NBA television. Now, TNT and NBA TV, they got this unique partnership where they'll send their studio analysts, their studio personalities from NBA TV to TNT, and TNT will send their personalities to NBA TV. So NBA TV will still cover some games, and now as far as the TNT package where they have the broadcasters on remote, actually at the games, like Reggie Miller, and I think Chris Webber is still with TNT. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know how that's going to affect them if TNT no longer have NBA games. I'm pretty sure Reggie Miller, a big time personality as Reggie Miller or Chris Webber, could easily maneuver and go to NBA television. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about last week. But like I said, this is all pie in the sky. I'm not 1,000% sure that this is going to actually happen, or even have a chance of happening. If I have to put a percentage on this actually happen, I give it 5%. Okay, but guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm up out of here. I'll see you guys when I see you. Deuces.